you like to start the video?
Hello, we're gonna avoid cheese on several you plan on passport. Things. Thanks for watching. It's just incredible.
It's pretty good.
Let's get right to it.
Let's get right to it. Alright. Hey, good night.
Good night. Enjoy the game.
Thank you. I love you too. Rest well. Mm. Alright. See how much I get done today. Their greatest contribution. Did I even get anything for the last one? I don't think I did. Okay. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it even if we knew, but it irks me to discover that there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes's knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the celestial, he would become a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. Why did you join the convocation? Oh, you wish to know why Emmett Zelk was chosen for the convocation? I should be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we were to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Did I get any blues? No. I wanted to see the 8th current thing. Okay. My apologies for the wait. I have inspected the Ampelos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released into the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charbitus. This is what we shall tend to next. If you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main aisle and head north. And these are still 86. Cool. Bird of Epis, is that what it said? I understand there's a problem with one of the Charbitus. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charbitus is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. Specimens traded from the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charbitus would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. It is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You need to go to such lengths? You don't know, sigh, but of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of aether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless, shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort, it's just that when transformed I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emmett Silk, may I trouble you to move that Charbitus away from its fellows, somewhere out of sight? Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind. Emmett Selk is out of sight. Good, let's speak of the plan. It's a stroke of genius, really. We have Emmett Selk train the Charbitus. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see aether currents. And with this adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it is not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be, as I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. That settled, let's begin at once. Cheese, I want you to go to Emmett Selk, tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. Have a favor to ask? Come. Let's go bug Emmett. Now, how did he forget me if I was annoying as shit to him in the past? Wonder if I can get this or if it's up there. There it is. $400 west. Oh, no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. I don't know what Hythlodeus is up to, and I will not be made to know. I refuse. Not to beg. Please emit Selk.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Thank God, the stance.
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
Damn.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we? You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emet-Selch has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve herself in the business of others. Where she walks, excitement is certain to follow. Her antics irritate Emet-Selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams, This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done.
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
Wonder what's gonna happen. Like, I feel like I'm here for a while. You just have to wave. Emerging from his reverie, I think, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend with the Charybdis. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Cheese and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying, more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. That was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies. Indeed, with this we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we helped it to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may, well, aid their struggling kid in like fashion if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may say so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief, as you wish. Hermes. I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Agnorisis for now. Agnorisis. Go west. Why not? Northwest. Is that up here? Oh. Wonder if it's up there. Yeah, that's not 91. Oh well. Teleport. What, want to apologize for forcing me to help you, do you? Save your breath, you didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. $5.39 for legs. Aether to Aether. And foot. Is that the last one? I still need hands. Unless I forgot to do hands. I might have forgotten. It's, here. Maybe not. Tell me, Cheese, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis seemed promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here? Is something the matter? The icon, whatever. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby occupites, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I've just fed them myself, and the occupites were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the lycone that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I've no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all at once. The paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however. Hermes, wait. If this is part of his work, then I would observe. We follow. Oh, and a blue popped up. Is this the first one? Is it just the one? Welcome, friend, to Adnignorisis. I am Socles. I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer of Elpis. And you are, oh, how unusual, a soul-bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission, yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purposes of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case, you need only mention my name to Charmion. She will gladly give you a tour of our domain. Soak it all in. Yes, yes, what can I do for you? Cheese, is it? An overseer sulks wishes me to act as your guide. Oh. Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that. I would be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the overseer chose to send you to me, of all people. Haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Till quite recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project at the Academia Anadir. Surely there are other more experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive... Scrumbling is hardly constructive now, is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it is not every day that one is asked to indulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We could commence the tour this very moment, if you like. Then let us begin. Rather than have me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in Agnorosis would prove more beneficial. I'll point you in the right direction. You can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once we've completed a circuit, we can return and speak to Overseer Sulks. Okay. Charmian. Oh, and who's your friend? Azem's familiar? Why, you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking. I should very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness. Oh, do you forgive my forwardness? It is my duty to chart the behavior of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see. But our research here is given special dispensation once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Azam might grant us permission, then you could abide here for a few years while I analyze. And on that note, we really must be moving along. Step lively, Cheese. Who do we have here? A familiar of some kind? Judging by your etherical structure. Yes, I am accompanying Cheese here on a tour around Anagnorosis at the behest of the Overseer. A tour? Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found on the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. I'm sure you are quite capable of defending yourself. No one appreciates a surprise tusk through the abdomen, eh? Thank you for the warning. We will proceed with due caution. Blasty. Hello, Charmian. Was there something? The Overseer asked that I give this familiar a tour of the grounds, and I thought the best way to do that was to show her what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years, and in the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious, perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local wildlife. Was that the sort of thing you wished to know? Yes, that was perfect. Thank you. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak with Overseer Sulks. I think it's Sulks, or Sulkless. Sulkles? I like Sulks better, the sounding, even if that's not how it's pronounced. I think it's Sokles. Sockles? I see you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of the various facets of Agnoris, whatever, but I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it began, with you. Monsieur Sockles. I see, and what is your impression of the work we do here? It attracts some interesting people. Requires equal levels of passion and patience. It attracts some interesting people. Let's go with that. I'm glad we could help further your worldly education. And I am glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least I hope you did. You are truly a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cognitive faculties. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. I don't know. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I have resided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity, and one of Azam's no less. So I feel like we're gonna tell someone eventually. Like, probably the main people that we're... Well, maybe not we're gonna tell them from the, like, we're from the future, but they might just figure it out on their own. Maybe we will tell them from that we're from the future, we're just not gonna tell them what happens. Not like I'm a unicorn. Southwest. Is that the massacre? South. Probably up this hill. Interesting creature. There it is. And then west. Oh, that way. Probably on that island. So 3 of those, and 3 more quests, and then a main. The lacerations and burns were unmistakable. A lycone was indeed responsible. The creature is nowhere to be seen. Duros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I should go and seek him out there. Selk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the lycone did not escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with cheese. Come, it's down this path and over the bridge. Gotta smoke the marijuana. Oh wait, I don't even need to look at that. Does this bridge here? I think it's a bridge. Cool. Southwest. Oh, cool. Oh, it's a little bit ways away. I'll talk to Metaion. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair. I think I'll know him when I see him. Okay. Now northwest. Level 86, huh? North. Northeast. Doros, that's Doros. Well, no, if it isn't Mateon, what brings you here? I thought I heard familiar voices. Yeah. I didn't realize you had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're in charge of the cones, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the fields, in restraints, frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return them to Catesis. Thesis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that the cone slaughtered occupites. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. The cones would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We created a good many of them, all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with the fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive and potentially dangerous, depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions. Pashtero may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief, let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of Aether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. Creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos. We remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat into the world. Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the like cones have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options and ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Silk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. We got new feet. Sentimental gift. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time Medion, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting, I'll stay with Cheese. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Metion in your care again? I'm in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Can you help me with something, Cheese? The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong, better in some way, but flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions, what we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 Wonders. Okay. She's accompanying me again. Is this a flower? Practicing my mime abilities. Vibrant purple flowers, bigger than your hands, adorn the tree. Oh, so big and bright. I love them. They might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. Filling up the tree. I toss on the tree, rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Now let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. Nice little flower bed. 300 north. I wonder if that's here, or if it's if I can still get it on this place. An array of beautiful flowers grow on the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine though. Let's keep looking. Ooh, I wonder... That's no way, that's 300, right? Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flowers memorizing in its undulations. Oh, a conion, a flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Cheese, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. Hang on, we're gonna go look. Curiosity got the best of me. There's no way. That's 200. Yeah. Despite nothing promising nearby. At best, common looking grasses with a few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Ah. Over there, Cheese, something big, huge. Am I gonna have to fight this thing? Terrible stench, reminiscent of sodden old boots, pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis. The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Cheese? Would he like it? It's probably not the good sort of memory. So not this one either. Finding a good flower, it's harder than I thought. I'm sorry, Cheese, but could we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there? I'll pick something after that, I promise. Getting dangerous. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Ah, there's nothing. The shiny thing over there, what could it be? Oh, these. It's Elpis on Elpis. Oh, Elpis flowers. They're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're intellectuals. I forget what she said. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. Really? The flower was dark in your home? I wonder if, somehow found Daniel. Well, no. I have no idea if this is before or after, uh, they summoned Zodiark or not. Then do you have it too? A dark emotion? Felt great fury and frustration. I've been plagued by doubt and anxiety. Dare say I have a few. Known the pain and sorrow of loss. I've already forgot what she asked. I dare say I have a few. You don't have to say it. I can feel it's something you want to hide. But won't you lend it to me, the darkness inside you? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't here there alone. The others are sad too. That others are sad too. Surely you'll do it. Thank you, Cheese. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. I can't wait to see how Hermes reacts. Let's go back and fetch him. I wonder if it's really going to go black. Oh, we can't do it. We can't do it. We got another blue. We gotta talk to Hippo. Hi, Hippo. My, what a familiar essence you have. Like that of a familiar. If you're familiar with the concept. Oh, okay, whatever. Oh, just my little joke. Cheese, was it? I am Hippo Toe. Mew, mew. Yes, we're getting to that. Cheese, say hello to our familiar friend here. She's in Ailoros. The Ailoro are one of our newest creations, highly attuned to abnormalities in their environment. At the first sign of danger, they'll sound the alarm, by which I mean mew loudly. Though we do our best to observe all our creations, Elpis is simply too large to maintain a constant vigil over each and every temperamental species. A more efficient means of detecting conflict between creatures was in order. Thus have I taken this Ailoros under my wing to further develop her capabilities in this area, and she does enjoy our little walks. This evening we're testing her ability to pinpoint sites of conflict. Would you like to observe? Simply tell her that her task has begun, and she'll do her utmost to locate disruptive creatures. Please do subdue any unruly subjects once you found them. We can't have beasts running amok. Mew mew. Follow the Alaros, try not to fall behind. Okay. This is a cool quest. I like following the little bat. Better than following a human. Still the one north. Yeah. Mew. Alaros, whatever, alerts you two nearby creatures are facing one another down. Looks at you expectantly. Merp. Hippotoad. Easy. Quicker than the last one, at least. She seems quite content with the name of science. What were the results? As I expected. Well done, little one. Magnificent creatures, the both of you. It's a shame we cannot give you a pair of tiny wings and a bell too, but it's against protocol, I'm afraid. The Ilorai are enchanted with theirs at birth, so they are able to acclimate properly. I'm certain you have your own unique potential to rise to. However, in fact, why not join us for another phase of testing? It's okay. Seems they're still talking. Let's just wait until they finished.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes, we've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company.
Meteon.
Emet-Selch and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
Alright, let's see what happens when I touch it.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
I forget he's still Hermes, so I don't even know if he's gonna be Fan Daniel. A little hedgehog. Oh.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Naught amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. Contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Alpes, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Glad I could be of service. Glad I could be of service to say that.
To so willingly lend an ear to ease my burden. You are a strange one. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters. Sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
All right.
Something bad gonna happen. Or was someone watching? Gotta go pee. Gotta go pee. Smoke the marijuana and then I gotta go pee. Alright, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And resume. No, not you, Toasty. Sorry, Toasty. Verdict and execution. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Emmett Selk and Hylodeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycaon, whatever. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as chief overseer, I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycaons would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Borough of Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hylodeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the borough decides, the existing Lycaons observe their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off then. We return to the main aisle. Let's go watch some bitches. Oh, at least they're not bitches. Unfair. Some savages die. I don't know. I feel kind of like kind of meant savage as a compliment, but made me feel more like a Garlean. I wonder if it's actually gonna go through. Maybe I'm gonna like save the day. Maybe your character saves the day somehow and just like stops it. I don't know how. Maybe it's some weird, you know, you give them like a biscuit. They're dragons. No, they're not dragons. I thought they were dragons. Are they already dead? Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles, but they came frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. I was able to stop 4, the other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Cheese handle that one, the pair in the sky. You can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Selk, unneeded though it is. Medion, you are to stay here with Doros. But Hermes, the Lycaons must be reverted. I would spare you their pain and mine. This is my burden, not yours, but if you are intent on helping, then please follow my lead. This is mounted. I wonder what the name of that thing is that's there. Appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry, within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may well flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach slowly in full view and draw the Lycone's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not, by my measure you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments. That will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. Sorry, guy.
Now. Oh. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy, but leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Are you gonna say Emmett?
Join the convocation, Hermes.
Okay.
You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. if you would still consider me in spite of everything. I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
Yeah, I really don't know what I'm here for.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Felt like I wasn't really invited in that, but I'll go. The other, whatever, have been taken care of. The incident is resolved, and life in Elpis continues as normal, or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument, no matter how well deserved. The rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? It's my hand here. Travelers at the crossroads. Oh, 87. Cool. Where to now? If there's anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. And what of you, Cheese? Will you continue along with us? Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would not follow me, we'll first head back onwards, Anagnorissus, whatever. I think it's probably like a little bit. Fuck it, I'll just go. Any blue? Any blue? No blue. There's still one more. What do you call it up there? Oh, I got a little minion. Didn't even notice that. Wonder when I got that. Cool. From here, we follow the path northwards to Netonius. There we will find one of the news which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Sure, we don't even go that way. Cool. Northwest, huh? Probably up there. So I wonder if... My Aether Current thingies look like 2 blues and 5 more Aether Currents. West. 92 west. I wonder if it's down there. Oh wait, that way's west. That's south. Northwest. Here we are, no tone news. This news will take us to Calimelios, Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above. I'm hungry.
I present to you Calimelios Zephyros.
Calimelios Zephyros.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos. Right then. Let's begin by...
Oh, black thing.
Well, well. An Arraius. How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Like a shark.
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept. At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms and legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
Damn. Hi, Dylan.
That was too close. Are you unharmed? Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Is this why I went back in time to talk to her?
Benar, that we should meet you here.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Benar is her name, and she is the previous Azim.
Azim.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number. A shame for one so young. You must make an effort to frown less often.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is she, if I may ask?
Incorrigible as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Huh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
Still haven't said a word.
chance come from the future?
Why are you snitching on me? Come on, man.
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you. Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's
Blessing.
ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Never mind. Does it does it protect you from the enthrallment of by primals by any chance?
Primals, you say? But I'm not familiar with such beings. But if they enthrall by warping the balance of ether, then yes, the magic would afford you a measure of protection. I gather from your question that you are not ignorant to its presence.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting! I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
You're not gonna like it.
Finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Yeah, Emmett.
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest. If it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
I look fucked up.
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to, and quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with the matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal and the quick-fingered aureas which made off with it. An aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? That would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There is no guarantee that it hasn't dropped our stash away the crystal you seek. Please, even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, I can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. That's perfect. Many thanks. There's a small bridge leading into Poitin Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Northeast. Oh, wait. You're going the wrong way. I think I need 3 more. Or is it 4 more? I think it's 4. 4 now. Yep. This one should be west, I believe. Northwest. I thought there was one closer. I don't know where I teleported up here. Southwest. Oh, maybe it's this one that I was seeing. Gonna go ahead and get it. And then northwest. First, I will do this quest. Oh, you know, it's probably up here. If I can get up, I don't think I can. Looks like the way to go up is on this side. No, not even up here. Oh, right there. Close am I? Northwest, still a ways away. I'll go do Maine for a little bit. Ultimate what? I didn't see their title. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Orioles no longer have the crystal, nor was I able to find it as I followed in its wake. Don't suppose you fared any better? Here's a concept crystal. The crystal, well done. Wonderful, now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? I've often been asked to do so. Oh, you too. Some of us seem destined to always be searching for ourselves and for others. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azem, I was forever trekking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I'm still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That is what brings me to Elpis. In fact, many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is the way one thing leads to another. Wouldn't you agree? Still no blues. A past not yet come to pass. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, it is time I return this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, so we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Time to get this crystal. Northeast. How close is it to the aetherite? Still a ways away. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that one. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please make yourself at home while I put on some tea.
A wonderful aroma. I feel more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Calamity called the final days has befallen the world. The world has been sundered and broken into shards. Mankind is being forced to flee the star. Do I come full truth, or do I say the world has been sundered, broken into shards? Mankind is being forced to flee the star. Let's try small. Mankind is being forced to flee the star.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
Damn it. Heidelin. Oh, Emmett, your future. Zodiac. Damn, everything. Going to really breezing through the story.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
But no.
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did. Why would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future, whence she came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility. Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True.
Admit, doesn't look like he's having
I
it.
note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which she must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle, and we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed. And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale? Well, I will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
Can I respond?
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me.
Yeah, okay.
But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me. I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Maybe this is all we talk about to each other. Maybe we're just done with him.
Wait!
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Hermes and Meteon are somehow involved. Still trying to make sense of it all. I think Dynamis is the key. I think Dynamis is the key to all of this.
Ah yes, the energy distinct from ether. Though not my field, I have a basic understanding of Dynamis. And you say Hermes researched the phenomenon in the course of creating Meteon? Yes, I believe this warrants further investigation. With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest. Have faith. If Emmet Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Oh no. Shall we begin our investigations then? I am acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. The man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon, and I have a good idea where we might begin. Excuse me. Mayor Juan. Northeast. Up here. And north that way. I swear there's another one here on this island that said west. I need two more. If it is, then I just need that north one and then this one. Yeah, southwest. The fuck? Thought I was gonna clip out of the world somehow. South. Southeast. East. Oh. And one more. Aether current, two more blues. Don't want to do your fate. Can I come up this, I wonder? See you, the woman standing in front of your yonder building. Her name is Ismene. She's the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis, and from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be, but I leave the choice of topic up to you. Questions for me? Well, I suppose I have no other pressing duties at the moment. Okay. Begin asking questions. Greetings, Ismene. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes. I was wondering if you might indulge her. Certainly, Mistress Vinat. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? I can only answer from my own experience, but I describe him as a quiet man, reserved, you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in incredible detail and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. Well, that answers your question. Was there anything else? Do you know of Medion's abilities? It's no secret that she's a highly unusual familiar. Of late, the chief often makes his rounds with her, like a mother hen raising her chick. I understand that she is able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies. I wish I could explain her nature in more depth, but I've not had occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you trust him? I beg your pardon. I've known Chief Hermes for many years, though I cannot say we are close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that is what you mean. Forgive us, we seem to have veered slightly off course here. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Meteon? That would be Timus, whatever. He has a similar expertise with flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take a particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Think nothing of it. If there is aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come, Cheese. I think we've taken enough. This means time. Our investigation is off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. If you could track down the colleague Ismene mentioned. Well, I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during that previous conversation. You seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with this Timaeus, whatever. That guy okay? I don't know if he was stuck on him. North. Yes, I am Timaeus, but please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. So what is it you wish to speak about? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? Chief Hermes' work. A worthy subject indeed. Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds that climb so high that they disappear from view, others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, and all without riding the currents. I know of none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance, a form above all else, are dumbfounded by his genius. Medion too is a marvel then? My opinion on that matter would be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Medion as a concept, I have never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise her abilities are a mystery to me. If she's Hermes should choose to submit Medion's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then the design be registered for public scrutiny? Okay. Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if you came to me, a fellow artisan looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. Do you know of Dynamis and the Entelechy or whatever? Dynamis and Entelechy. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I had last heard anyone speak of such things. Has there been a resurgence in interest? From why I bring up the subject, I'm flattered that you sought my insight, but I can't afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. That bitch can fly. Oh, they're mining. That's a cool mount. I don't really know what it is. I want to see more of the shark people. Back already? That was quick work. You were obviously clever enough to head off any of that rambling Ismene mentioned. So have you any new findings to share? I see, even an expert in the field had little understanding of Medion's capabilities, let alone an awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Medion as his personal project. Could provide no details beyond those which you just told me, which leads me to believe that the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. Ironwood head coffer. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the Entelechy which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I am inclined to stay our current course and learn all we can about the chief overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Medion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? She and her sisters were created to journey to the stars in search for intelligent life. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you, though the mystery of Han remains unresolved. I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to the Peripetia crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. To the west. This one's northeast, so can't get it. Still no blues, I think. Maybe you should check better. Duty recommendations. Nope. This tower and the one further along are both part of Peripetia Crystalline, the facility where they archive all Elpis' observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see that those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Southern Tower. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed, so if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, you should then have sufficient data for our official records. Now, what is it you wish to speak with me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Medion? Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. Afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Medion appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Excuse me, although I do recall an interesting tale a dearest Galen shared with me. Galen is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Medion heavensward, a host of them. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. It sounds like a story I should like to hear. I wonder if the birds or the, somehow... Yeah, it's probably not it. Like I say, I wonder if the birds were like the shards, like the 13 or whatever. Mistress Vanette, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with the retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galen? Of course, or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she would be observing a subject in Metabasios, the Lassi. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Bennett, even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well deserved and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Asm. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart. On your final journey. I will be honored. I shall take this opportunity to meet with Galen in person, not in prison. Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you. Cool, do we gotta just go from here? I have opened the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway, and you'll find yourself at the entrance of Metabasios the Lassi. Galen will be eager to share her tale with you, I am sure. Oh, it's just gonna... Cool. Oh, up here, damn it. Makes sense. I thought it was gonna somehow teleport me north. Oops. Mistress Bennett, just passing through. Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there's always an observer or two out on the upper skyway. Oh, maybe we are. Nope. Northeast. Mistress Bennett, I was not told to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galen, if that might be arranged. Yes, Galen, of course, I'll inform her immediately. But she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business and urgent? That won't be necessary. This WB will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
Right here. As beautiful as ever.
I swear I could hear the glimmer in your eyes and the adoration in your voice. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures? Well, not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveller. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
Tell her about Heaven's Ward. Shock. I wish I was doing like hand gestures so that like I would have recognized that like I don't know.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it.
But you will.
Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles. Each and every one of us. Born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me. An epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Damn it, I wanted a screenshot. I fucked up.
Pray forgive my lateness. My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
I was gonna say, if they let you choose, this is like the survey that they, the devs give the player base. And you've been enjoying yourself up to this
No
point?
need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You actually interrupted.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone, like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather.
Matea.
There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Let's go talk to Hermes.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Thank you. So another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we've learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Oh. Does he somehow cause the final days? Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. How's this look? Lame. Where am I? Alright, I'll talk to you this one time like this. Worthy of respect. I should like to visit the site for which Hermes sent forth to the Matea. If we are fortunate, we might find some hint of what drives this research of his. Galen said she spotted him in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at the same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Let's take a look, shall we? Okay, can I teleport here? Yes. Need to get into a sanctuary. Oh wait, climber plate, do that first. $533. I didn't raise it one bit. Maybe it did. I thought it was 533 before. Still no blues. He has them. Already 11:30. Don't look at me. Really have to pee too. But I kind of want to just get like every minute I can because I want to... Oh shit, this went off. Yeah. Now, if I were conducting some mystery research, where would I go? Oh, that one. Ah, what about that one? Have you the means to fly? Just quite a distance away. Inconvenient, but hardly insurmountable problem. To me, Argos. Oh, it's Argos. My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry cheese here over to that island? Dot dot dot. Stubborn creature, there is no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and still he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. What? You rid of him before? Ah, your before meaning my after. Not at all confusing that. Interesting, to certainly not unthinkable. But speaking of the here and now, the quick solution is for us to face off in a sparring match. Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle. You should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. Besides, I might even teach you a thing or two into the bargain. You seem doubtful, but useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember, a memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, a traveler out of time? What say you, traveler out of time? Choose your battlefield. I'll do what I must. Sure, I'll beat up Hydaelyn. Choose your battlefield. I admire your confidence. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. She's gonna kick my ass, probably. I wonder how strong. Well, maybe not. I've killed Ascians already, so maybe these ones wouldn't be too big of a problem. Oh, it's a duty. Shall we begin? Be warned, I'll not go easy on you. Level 80. Am I level 88 on the quests already, or is that just what I would be lowered to?
Let neither side hold back.
Uh-huh.
My blade sings!
No.
My blade sings! Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
That was good timing with that.
Have a taste. see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I. Prepare yourself.
The hell is this? You want to be pushed out of it? Didn't mean to open that. What did I hit? I've messed up. Idle and wait.
We've only just begun. Come at me with your all.
Are you gonna do the arc thing? Oh, I missed. I'm blowing this.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
This seems hard. I'm not even on the right one, oh my god. I hit my shift tab during the fight too. I think I'm dead.
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength.
Was it
of
supposed to
will.
happen? Jesus Christ. That better be part of it. Nope. Let's go again. Fuck this bitch. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with all those fucking orbs. It's bullshit.
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings!
Oh my god. Going into it again.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different. No quarter. Have a taste. I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
This is when she starts her orb bullshit. Ah, this shit.
Prepare yourself.
You're gonna
Very well.
start.
Let us move to the final trial.
This is too many. This is fucking. I hate this. I'm not gonna watch this again. I'm max health.
Your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will.
Oh my god. Alright, I'm going on easy. I don't give a fuck no more. The orbs is fucking stupid. Very easy. I want this shit to be done with. I think this is the first time I've ever lowered it.
Let neither side hold back. blade sings!
What's easy? Oh, my health? I was gonna say, 'cause I don't feel like I'm doing more damage. I have more time to react, maybe. No, that was about the same. Oh, maybe she is losing health quicker. Actually.
My blade sings!
That doesn't really help me, I don't think. Because if that thing insta-kills me no matter what the difficulty, then
That's it. I shall have to try something different.
I don't know what to do. I guess I'm supposed to be using my AoEs. It would just be nice if she didn't do that move in general, to be honest. Which she should be getting close to.
Have a taste.
Maybe she doesn't do it as early.
I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I. Prepare yourself.
You can just kill her. Why isn't she dying?
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Final. Using all my fucking... There's something about this. Maybe I won't let her get the blue ones. Maybe the red ones are worth more. No.
fight your burdens
Hit the
and
watch
show
no matter
me your
what.
strength of will. You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
So I was beating it then. Well, I mean, I was getting to the, like, as far as I could. That was just the end. I just couldn't stop all the orbs.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you.
I feel like a bitch.
One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding. As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Right, forgot the whole reason we did that stupid ass match.
Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where the Matea made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion, then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us, rather than against us. Flower upon your return. 752. Let's move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? This will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Alright, last quest. This will be the last one I do. Seems fair. How many have I done, I wonder? Guess I'll try to count the 87s. 2, 3, 4. So this is my 5th one. Argos motions to his back and his muzzle. You've been given the go-ahead to hop on. Isn't this pleasant? Argos certainly seems to think so. It's foggy. Cloudy. Now, what was the name of that tree? No something? Ah, no to whatever. Or quite a striking specimen, is it not? Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, But we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
Nope. Oh, maybe. Oh.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you. Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike. How?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all, and I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
You can get to see them blast
So,
off.
what is your opinion?
Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days. Hermes is a gentle soul, and yet... Hermes is a gentle soul, and yet...
I understand. He is a gentle soul, and well-intentioned. Yet it does not take ill intent to beget ill. We must consider the possibility that something may have gone awry. Perhaps it was oversight, or simply an accident. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution. Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Catesis Hyperborea. Large facility. Stands in Ethloceltic, whatever, the Northern Isle. I wonder, chiefs, for an institution which claims to studiously research every species destined for release into the world, did you not question how they find room for them all on so few islands? The answer lies within Catesis, or whatever itself. Touched upon the practice before back at the archives. There were a vast area stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. Just there, within those sprawling habitats that the chief overseer and most of Elpis's observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the noose north of Poitin Oikos. And the blue quests. Now they show up. I'm gonna go finish this one, and then tomorrow I'm gonna do the blue quest first thing. I'm tired. I don't know what it said, but it's teleporter, whatever. Oh my god, can we not turn it in? Ah, good, the newest knowledge you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to whatever, we follow this path and turn left at the crossroads. You know, I didn't think this whole place was going to, northwest. I honestly didn't think I was going to be here long. I thought this was going to be like one or two quests quickly. Well, I mean, I changed my mind once I saw that this was, like, you can Aether Currents, but before I knew that, I thought it was just going to be, like, maybe like a, I don't know if like a duty, but like, I don't know, not all this. And I wonder if when I go back, if any time is even going to have passed, if it's going to be like almost like an instant that I went back. Cutscene. Here we are, the grandest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Medion, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke with appeared to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmett Selk. Selk. According to your story, Laportine divined the connection between the celestial currents and the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Haitho whatever sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is if the nature of the catalyst was so inexplicable that even we fail to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible dynamis? Which in turn leads us to our next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew and was unable to help, or that he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this juncture, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced at perceiving truth and would have known had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscience which for the world to end, of that I am certain. Conscious wish. Okay. Seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. This was the green one, right? Please. How comforting. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for understanding. Save your thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story, but as Emmett Silk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. Hunger in the garden. Alright. That's all. For today. So I got all these, right? I just need... Well, I'm about to be done then. 2 blue. And then I got the main. Should be close anyway. Alright. Thank you to whoever may be watching. Have a good day, night, evening, morning, afternoon. Did I say evening already? Whatever. I'll see you in the next whatever part. I want to get out of here. It's kind of boring me now, to be honest, but we'll see. Hopefully something cool happens toward the end of this. Anyway, Toasty, if you're watching, I love you, and penis.